Hi, this is John with Remodeling Wizards of Maryland, and I'm here today to talk with you about how you can get your home improvement project done within your budget. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're trying to get a new deck put onto your home, and the contractor says this deck is going to cost $25,000. Now, you've done your due diligence, you picked the right contractor, and it's reasonable. You know it's going to cost $25,000, but you only have $20,000 to spend. So, what do you do? Well, a couple things we can do here. Number one, you can get a loan. You can go to the bank and get a home equity loan. You can use a credit card. Sometimes your contractors, a lot of contractors, are able to get you a loan. So they can give you some credit in advance. Some of these programs may even come with no interest. So that's one way of doing it. But you may say, like, listen, I have plenty of loans. I don't want to get any more loans. But I still want to get this project done. The other thing you can do is just wait. Wait until you have more money. Wait until you're able to save the $25,000. But then again, if you wait, that might take another year. It might take 2 years. And of course, now you don't have your beautiful deck or your bathroom or your kitchen, whatever the project is, because you sat and wait. You waited. The other problem with waiting is inflation. Inflation just seems to be getting worse and worse. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. So chances are by the time you wait and you do it a year later, 2 years later, that $25,000 might be at $28,000. It's just going to go up and up. So here's another idea, something else that you can do. You can take a look at the scope of the work and make some decisions. Let's say it's a bathroom remodel project and you pick these nice, beautiful glass tile. Well, maybe you can go with a different tile. Go with a ceramic or porcelain tile that costs less. You can make some changes in your selections. You may not have to have a double bowl vanity. Perhaps you can go with a single bowl vanity because that's what you're used to. Okay, that's another option. You can start to take some things off the table, just reduce the scope of work so that the price comes down. Now, again, there's a downside there. Here you waited all these years to have this new bathroom or this new kitchen, and you're downscaling it so it's not what you really want. So now here's another idea that I have. And this is something that a contractor should be able to work with you on. Let's say, for example, you're working on a screened in porch or even a fully enclosed addition to your house on the back of the house. You don't have the money. The job's going to cost you $65,000 and you want to spend, you have about $50,000, some smaller amount of money. Just these are just numbers I'm randomly throwing out to you. But you want to get this enclosed back room added to your house. Well, what you could do is you can talk to the contractor and say, listen, I don't have all the money to get the project done completely. How about if we start with just a deck? Now, when you build the deck, what I'd like you to do is to build the deck so it can hold the room that I want to actually have put on my house at a later date. So now what the contractor will do is they're going to start to look at the foundation. They're going to add beams. They're going to add different support so that it can bear the weight of a full addition down the road. So that's one thing. Now, let's say you have a little more money to spend. You may say to the contractor, well, I can even do a little better than that. Why don't we get the roof put on also? We can even make a screened in porch. Okay. And that will get us started. There's no heat in there. It's just a screened in porch. Down the road, I want this to be ready. I want all the measurements for where the screens go to be able to be built so that they can fit windows and they can fit doors. So that when I'm ready to convert over, it's ready to go and there's no rework. The other thing is we're talking about a screen-in porch. One of the things I see a lot, people call us up and say, listen, I have a screen-in porch. I like to convert it into an all four seasons room. First thing we need to do as well is the roof insulated. Most of the time it's not. It might have a vinyl roof on there, but there's no insulation. But that's something that you can do. While you're trying to cut the cost because you're saving up money to finish the job in a later year, you want to make sure that the contractor sets you up for success by doing things like we're going to insulate the roof before we put the ceiling in place. And this way, when you're ready to add a four-season room, you have the insulation in place. A couple other ideas just to help you out here with things that you can do where you can have a project done and so that it's prepared so that in a future date, when you have more money, you can add to it. Let's say you're working on your kitchen and you're a few $1,000s short. Well, here's a couple ideas. You want a backsplash? Well, there's no reason why you can't just not do the backsplash now, save a few $1,000s by not doing it now, and just have the walls ready and paint it nice and smooth so that when it's time to do the backsplash, it can just be added. So you're not going backwards, you're not tearing anything out. Other ideas in the kitchen, you may want to look at your appliances. For example, you have your you have your dishwasher, you have your refrigerator, you have your range, your double oven, your microwave. So, what item could you wait on for, let's say, another year? Well, let's look at that. Let's not wait on the microwave because the microwave is going to have to get mounted to the cabinets and power brought to it. So that's not, let's just make sure that gets put in. But what about your refrigerator? You can have, you can use the original refrigerator, one you have right now, until a new one comes in. But what do? You talk with the contractor. This is the refrigerator I like to get. Let's make sure that the cabinets are set in place so that I can fit a 36-inch refrigerator in here at 69 inches tall. Make sure we have a shutoff behind the refrigerator so that we can connect the ice maker. So you delay buying the refrigerator so that when it's time and you have the money, the refrigerator comes in, it's an easy connection. You're not moving cabinets around, things like that. So there's a couple ideas there. The other place, let's take a look at the bathroom. What can we do in the bathroom to save some money? Well, one of the things you can do is instead of putting a bench in the bathroom, it's just changing the option. Instead of putting a tile bench in, put a folding bench in. So you're now changing the scope of work, but you're saving a lot of money. The tile bench might cost $1,500. The folding bench could be $300. So these are the types of things that you and your contractor should work on. Can we change the scope? Can we delay work and not create new work? Another idea I have: basements. People redo their basements and they want to put a beautiful bathroom in the basement. Well, we don't have the money for the bathroom. The bathroom is usually the most expensive part of a remodel project in a basement. It's the bathroom, especially if you don't have any plumbing. So let's do this. When we're doing that bathroom, we're doing that basement, let's not finish the bathroom. Let's rough in the bathroom. Let's put in the plumbing exactly where it needs to go. Because now we're breaking up the floor. Sometimes you're breaking up the concrete floor to put that bathroom in there. Well, let's get all the plumbing in place, set in place. We'll put walls around that room, put a door on it, and leave it unfinished. Close the door so that when I'm ready to put a bathroom in, the contractor can come back and make the connection without tearing concrete back up again. So these are the ways that you can get exactly what you want now, even though you don't have the full budget, but you have some money and you want to get started. And then in the future, once you save a few dollars, contractors can come back, they can finish the job without doing rework. So they're my tips on how to get your job done in your budget this year.